My name's Danny, I'm an Education Inclusion Mentor at St Giles Trust. So my job role is classed as Education Inclusion Mentor, abbreviated to EAM. So I'm embedded full-time within Bishop Young Academy in Seacroft. Our service offers kids that I work with on my cohort group to negate from being at risk of serious youth violence, exploitation, grooming, county lines. The project shows them an alternative to perhaps a path that they are choosing. I think I've definitely seen a benefit in a number of the kids that I do work with, especially the ones that I've been working with for a number of months now. You can just see them grow. They look taller, they look more filled out, they look happier. You can see that in the daily lives and the daily interactions, that they're just enthralling and they're just there in and around school. These are kids that have not even been accessing school through a whole host of different reasons, but they're bouncing around the place and they're doing after school activities and they're giving up their time, and there's a whole host of different activities that we're doing. It's quite an exhaustive list, but all of those that we do, the kids really enjoy, and it's such a variety that they can be part of.
People really valued being able to come and do cooking as opposed to something like sports. So it's particularly good when you're just not really into sporting activities. So it's a different activity to get involved in.
So the approach that Danny has taken here at Bishop Young and the approach that other inclusion mentors take across the city is very much individualised for the needs of each child. So we know that each child has a different barrier to learning or to attendance. So that ranges from one-to-one mentoring sessions. It involves activities within the school such as boxing, cooking, you name it. You know, if it engages the child and helps, that's the approach that's taken. We've had community activities, so a really bespoke package for each individual.
I think it's negated from the boredom, because I think when I were a kid I didn't necessarily have the phone or the PlayStation or the internet. I wasn't affair to that because it wasn't part of my generation, but I think now it's about expanding their horizons, perhaps getting them involved in something that they could enjoy and perhaps turn into a passion and not just a hobby. Perhaps maybe boxing, football. You know, a lot of these kids have got talents, but it's just about them understanding that they've got talents and how they nourish that talent and move forward.
It's really important to have the inclusion mentors in our schools, and in particular the mentors from St Giles. We're very happy with the work that the mentors are doing. We feel that it's had a major impact on standards.
I think it's very important for people with lived experience working at St Giles, because we can relate to the people and help them and support them better than a person who hasn't got lived experience, because we've been there, we've faced it, we've lived it. You know, it comes across when we talk to people.
It's really important that funding is continued on projects such as the Education and Inclusion Mentor project, because you can really see how the kids are flourishing. I can speak specifically just on my school. A lot of my kids are attending more, they seem happier, they want to be in school, and perhaps this wasn't necessarily the case before. I think we're building positive relationships with the kids' homes as well, interacting more with parents, carers, guardians, and it's just really positive to see. I think sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean about facts and figures and, you know, graphs and charts, about on the kids' faces and their emotions and interactions and how they are. Anything as little as seeing a kid just identify that school's a safe space to be, especially when they give up the time to be there after school, it really does show that it's really positive, and I think it can only get better as the project grows over time.